Hi everyone, welcome to another all clear no death solo run. This time we're taking on the Automatons on Vandalon IV and fighting some of the new enemies that came out with yesterday's patch. Enjoy! So I like to start near the extract just to make sure it's clear. I don't want to have to be clearing the extract as I'm approaching it when I've done everything else. And we're going to be going clockwise and covering every objective and outpost. You'll see I'm just clicking on the radar to get an idea of what kind of objectives I've got ahead of me, which might change the order in which I do things. And if you've watched my previous bot solo runs, you'll know I usually take quite a stealthy approach, engaging as little as possible. But given the buffs to heavy armour as well as the changes to rocket damage, I thought I'd try a more direct approach this time. So just check the description to see more details about my build. So you're just going to open up with an eagle airstrike to take out the majority of the garrison. Instantly a butt drop. That's because they saw the stratagem ball as I threw it. You can sometimes throw it in a way that no one sees it and doesn't alert them. And sometimes it can help if you are in their line of sight and engaging them so they can actually try and fight you rather than call an alert. But it's a bit RNG. Gone with the Autocannon this time instead of my usual AMR. Does really well at being a bit more direct. Kill Striders in just one shot. Though the recent buff to the AMR does mean it's now just 2 shots instead of 3 shots. Fun. Yeah, just go for the eyes if you're taking on hulks. Find it a little trickier with the Autocannon's aim compared to the AMR, but both take 2 shots. And yeah, because I've got the Autocannon and some strats for taking out fabricators, I'm pretty happy to use stun nades instead of a damage nade. They're really useful for like setting up Hulk eyeshots as well as crowd control. Yeah, Senators, so nice. Usually one-shots those troopers and pretty fast to aim.
Deploying equipment package.
Neat little airstrike. Love how useful it is for just every situation. Except when there's a bit of terrain blocking the airstrike. So yeah, because the strikes come from the center of the map, sometimes the angle means the terrain will block it.
Attack underway.
500 does a little better because it seems to approach more vertically, so like, you can land straight on them. As always, with this pipe dream minigame, it's easy if you start from the end and work backwards. So yeah, for my primary I've gone with a Scorcher, really nice gun. You can take on walkers, Striders, and shield devastators from the front. For primary that's pretty unique. Just gotta be careful of shooting yourself in the face when the target's right in front of you. So you got a Hulk and Devastator Patrol. Yeah, we can just finish it off without alerting them. One thing to note is that little sound they make when they spot you doesn't mean that you've been made. It just means that they're suspicious. So some people who aren't quite as experienced, they'll just open up immediately when they hear that sound, but you actually have time to just disengage. Yeah, heavy armor against bugs. You kind of feel the low stamina because you're doing a lot of kiting with bugs. But against bots, most of the time you're shooting from cover. You've got plenty of time to kind of let your stamina regen. So I think it's a much better fit, especially with the new changes. You'll see I take a lot of damage that previously would have ended the run.
Here comes the cavalry.
How'd you like the taste of freedom?
Again, I'm not going to rush in. I'm going to stay in cover while we see where this bot drop lands. You can get a few kills while they're still on the dropship. So it is just 2 eyeshots if your aim is a little better than mine. That's one thing I do prefer the anti-material rifle for. The scope, I know it's a little off-center, but it is better for getting those headshots from far.
Dropping a pin, west, 200 meters.
Yeah, still quite a few hell bombs that you'll run into, but I find them a little less useful against bots. It's not like you need a hell bomb to take down a Hulk, and it's not quite as useful as it is against those Titans. Yeah, I may be running into a little cul-de-sac here. That is one thing about heavy armor. Don't quite trust myself as much if I'm going to try and dash out of the operation area and then back in.
Helldiver, you are moving outside the mission area. Eagle 1 armed and ready.
I will say a ridge this long is still pretty unusual in my experience. In my defense.
Tagging map, west, 100 meters.
So, found ourselves a SAM site. These are so useful just for shooting down dropships.
Delivering payload.
So yeah, everything
Have a
with
taste of
airstrike.
democracy.
8 kills, not too bad. Again, every time I engage, try and make sure I'm behind a good piece of cover.
Here comes the cavalry.
And then when the bot drop comes, just wait for it to come. Stay in that good position until it's actually clear.
Now that's what I call liberty.
You went flying. Yeah, gotta be careful with those guys because their backpacks will explode and kill them. Love the stun grenades. So useful for just buying you the time for a reload or to line up a shot. Oh, a bit of debris blocking the shot.
Unleashing democracy. Deploying equipment package.
How'd you like the taste of freedom?
Yeah, those mid-air shots are pretty satisfying.
Tactical asset near your location.
So when you've got enemies across the ridge like this, I mean, if I stun them, it's okay, but best thing is don't try and peek over the ridge because you're just opening yourself up to everyone. The safest thing is to actually just peek around the corner instead, and that way you're not exposing yourself to all of their fire all at once. Yeah, like that's a lot safer. It's funny, I think I don't know if it's from movies or games or what, but you're often trained to think, high ground, I have the advantage here, but actually
Southwest, 100 meters.
peeking from high ground can often expose yourself to just a lot wider angle than if you were just on lower ground peeking around a corner. Here's that new blizzard hazard. It's pretty cool. I'm not sure what the exact figures are and how much it reduces enemy detection range, but it is noticeable. And not to mention atmospheric. So I'm just trying to get close enough to this detector tower to throw 500 kg. Much easier than trying to plant a hell bomb. But I'm also trying to figure out my route to the next objective. I don't want to be stumbling around in a blizzard while a bot drop goes after me. So just waiting for that. Yeah, the searchlight to pass. Thinking about taking the other side, but no.
Delivering payload.
There we go. Nice and easy.
Eagle 1 reloading. Be back shortly.
That's the nice thing about AoE weapons. I don't need to hit them directly. Just hit that ceiling. And yeah, whilst this blizzard's still going, best to get out the area. Use them in the snow. Right, a lot of dots on this objective. So a small group, well, not so small group, just outside as well. Don't really want to be fighting in between those two, so I'm going to take a different angle.
Mag's empty! Helldive never die! Have a taste of democracy!
So yeah, I mean, could be RNG, but you can kind of see what I mean in terms of if you engage them head on, so everyone has a shot on you, sometimes it feels like they're less likely to actually call a bot drop on you, because they're just too busy trying to shoot you. Or it's RNG.
Dropping a pin. West. 200 meters.
Yeah, a small group of them there. Haven't been alerted by the fight, but gonna have to engage them. I'm gonna exit that way, I think. Missed one.
Making progress.
So yeah, I am going for all outposts, but not necessarily all the fabricators, because the fabricators that are part of the sub-objectives don't count. Easy money.
Tagging map. Northwest. 300 meters.
Is that radar station just ahead of us?
Objective located. Northwest.
So yeah, I'm going to try and get an angle where the Eagle airstrike will actually hit more of them. It is just such a useful stratagem.
Coming in hot.
So yeah, this time, rather than just throwing the stratagem, I'm opening up immediately. It seems like they've engaged their combat routines, they're not just immediately calling. Oh. Well, these guys will be sure to call enemies, so much for that. So these are the new gunships. Autocannon is really nice against them. Takes about half a mag if you hit the center mass cockpit, but I think only a few shots, maybe a couple shots if you hit the engine. Tend to go center mass anyway because it's an easier target. Yeah, it's super fast. We've also got some free eats as part of this operation. Those will also take him out with one shot. So you got options.
Sending down equipment package.
Seems to be a couple of gunships spawned by each fabricator, at least in the solo. Not too difficult to manage. And there's a cooldown before they can spawn more, so that's a good time to kind of try and push for the actual fabricator.
Engaging orbital laser.
There it is. Yeah, I love the orbital laser. Just all-purpose tool. You're gonna get 3 of them, but it can like destroy a whole base's fabricators for you, or yeah, take on a bunch of enemies. Oof. That aim. And we got the second batch. Gunships.
Mission at 20 minutes remaining.
I'm not a huge fan of how, as soon as you enter, it seems like 140 meters radius from the fabricators, they just instantly know where you are. Kind of like the streakers. But what's more annoying is that the gunships themselves can call butt drops. So it just feels like you're forced out of stealth, basically. In another run though, it did seem like if you just creep into that 140 meter radius range and then creep out, the hangar doors will open, but then nothing will spawn. And then you can go back into range, and you've got a bit of time before the next group of gunships spawn.
Sub-objective nearby.
So yeah, it's kind of cool. It kind of pushes you to really assault the base, clear them out, set the hell bomb. I've tried pretty much every stratagem. Barrages, 500 kg, lasers, like nothing seems to actually take out these gunship fabricators except for the hell bomb. And maybe if you've got a sieve that has mini nukes, that will probably do it as well.
Hellbomb armed! Clear the area!
I guess that makes it a little more exciting than, say, the Shrieker Nest, where you can kind of pretty safely snipe them from long distance.
Tagging map. Northeast. 100 meters.
Coming in hot.
Hell bombs catching strays.
Now that's what I call liberty. Sending down equipment package. Here comes the cavalry.
I'm not sure what that is that's firing. Possibly one of the new walkers, but I didn't actually see it.
Enemy down, baby.
That's a lot of them. Yeah, not sure where that stun nade bounced. Maybe it's the SAM site. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it's shooting at.
Say hello to democracy!
So yeah, I don't fight one of the attack walkers on this mission, but I have on other ones. Curious to see what techniques people have found for killing them. For me, I've just done 2 500 kgs, and that seems to do the job.
Unleashing democracy.
There's probably some cool technique with like taking out a leg or maybe going underneath. We'll see.
An eagle never misses. Delivering payload.
How'd you like the taste of freedom?
Eagle one
Yeah,
remaining.
marking enemies through smoke could be pretty useful.
Bots, north.
Especially in some of these planets, the environmental effects are just really hard to see through. But if you mark them, you can basically shoot them via the icons. Yeah, so maybe yeah, it's probably the SAM site trying to hit this gunship. It's just out of range or in range. Yeah, it's a funny one.
progressing.
So, it looks like I forgot to finish off the radar. I started it because I was thinking that radar dish takes forever to actually raise, so I might as well do something useful in the meantime, but I appear to have forgotten about it. That's going to make things interesting later on.
Found something.
Oh, that's so satisfying. I really do like how a lot of these sub-objectives impact the mission while you're still on it. So like the SAM sites, the Siege artillery, they kind of open up new options for you. It's really cool. Yeah, when you can't be bothered to take on a base, just throw the laser.
Dropping a pin.
It's really useful for those bases that have fabricators that aren't exactly grouped together, because it will just lock on and find them anyway. So yeah, when in doubt, I try and hug the map edge. It means at least one side of the map I know not to expect enemies from. I can just focus on the other side. Okay. So this arrangement, it's got 2 turrets and 2 fabricators just in between them. So Eagle Airstrike is pretty good for just hitting all, if not some of those, because they're just all in a line. And yeah, this valley is some nice cover if things go hot. Nice.
Got him. Delivering a payload.
Equipment package.
Looks like the tower blocked one of the shells intended for a fabricator. We'll finish it off.
Coming in hot.
Pretty funny that the hulks get frozen by the ice route as well. Nice. Getting those eye shots is very satisfying, I gotta say.
Eat liberty.
Just gotta watch those angles. Yeah, the explosive resistance on the armour does come in handy for your own friendly fire as well, if you happen to fire at something too close.
How'd you like the taste of freedom?
Nice.
Eagle 1, leaving combat zone to resupply.
Dropping a pin, east, 200 meters. Injury? What injury?
Main objective nearby.
Yeah, not sure why it called the bot drop so far off, but not gonna complain.
Have a taste of democracy!
Eagle, back in the fight.
Yeah, it's strange. Since the changes to heavy armor and the rocket damage, it feels a lot less tense. There's not quite that threat of being one shot from any angle at any distance when you face the bots. Which I think is fair. If you invest in heavy armor, you have to move slower and have worse stamina, and you should get some extra safety out of it. I do know how to shoot, I swear. It's a two-shot. After 8 shots, it's a two-shot.
Deploying equipment package.
Tagging map.
And now's when I realize, oh shit. 5 minutes to go, and I gotta trek across the map, and then back across the map. Lovely. Yeah, I'm just counting the sub-objectives I've already done, just to check that there's not something else after the radar. But yeah, it looks like that's the fifth. Fifth and last.
Five minutes remaining. I repeat, 5 minutes remaining.
Should be just about doable. Even with heavy armor. It'll take maybe 2 minutes to cross the map. I think I'm trying to avoid actually killing them, and want to see if the ICBM launch radius will take him out. Well, I didn't get any kill markers, but I don't know if it would. I don't hear him there, so I think it worked.
Found something!
Sorry guys, I need time to pick up one of those samples. I hope you forgive me. I can feel viewers getting triggered by me leaving samples on the ground. Apologies, apologies.
Extraction is available.
Yeah, I don't know what does this sometimes. You can't read the digital. Maybe it's because I left the area. I'm not sure.
Mission map updated.
Dropping a
There
pin.
you go, final stretch.
Far.
Only a minute left means I'm gonna be waiting for Pelican
1 minute left. Destroyer preparing to leave.
without any air support or fire support. That can be helpful sometimes, since I can just hold outside the point. There's a lot less aggro, a lot fewer patrols kind of heading for you if you're not holding at the point itself, the extract.
Extraction is available. Super destroyer leaving low
Damn.
orbit. Emergency extraction.
I could have thrown a laser. I still have one left, but I figured it would be better to just keep a low profile. Yeah, even in daylight, if you just stay low, the detection range is pretty low.
ETA T-minus 1 minute 30 seconds.
Just a couple of dots by the SAM site. Could be troopers, could be devastators. I don't know why devastators are small dots, but there you go. Nah, it's just two troopers.
minus 1 minute.
I think it's as good a spot as any to hold out. Got that SAM site nearby to take out any dropships. You don't want to go too early to extract. You want to time it so it's just as Pelican lands. It can help clear the landing pad for you and then you're in. Oh.
ETA, T-minus 30
Got a
seconds.
Hulk patrol. What timing for a blizzard.
T-minus 20 seconds.
Heavy. Southeast. Close.
Unironically, that actually gives me some good cover for the extract. Though I am slower.
ETA, T-minus 10 seconds. Clear landing zone.
This is Pelican 1. I have visual on the extraction zone. Pelican 1 landing sequence initiated. Watch where you're standing.
Yeah, fuck him up, Pelican. Did it?
Pelican 1 preparing to...
That trooper just got squashed by Pelican's engines.
Extraction.
There we go.
Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Easy dumps, easy dumps.
You have maintained our way of life.
So it wasn't going for stealth really, but it ended up being a pretty calm mission, all things considered. Clean sweep. Yeah. Thanks for watching. I've got a few more solo runs from before the latest patch, which hopefully people will still find interesting. Not much would have changed except for the one of them used stun grenades against Terminids, and they no longer stun Bile Titans. I love this change. I love how covered in blood I am. I can't even claim that's the other guy because they bleed oil, and that's very clearly blood. And that's what those 10 stims are for. So yeah, hopefully you guys will still be interested in those solo runs.